when it suits you, and they help you stay in control with repayment reminders, updates on your credit limit, and ways to save money. You can access Drafty online, and you'll have the money on the way to your bank in under 90 seconds.
How did you get on, Greg?
Well, what a day. The washing machine breaking was the last thing I needed. But honestly, knowing that Drafty's there for me to use when I want to, that's the freedom. The money was sent to my bank within minutes.
If you want to get on with life, try Drafty. With Drafty, you can borrow up to your personal credit limit almost instantly, and borrowing £100 for a month costs just over a fiver. Visit drafty.co.uk to apply online today. Drafty have helped over 100,000 people access cash exactly when they needed a bit of flexibility. But don't take our word for it. Their reviews speak for themselves. Drafty, it's a breeze to use. If approved, Drafty will give you access to a flexible pot of cash up to £3,000.
How did Drafty help you, Danny?
I just didn't realise the cost of moving house. It was stressful enough without money worries as well. I used Drafty and they were great. The money was sent to my bank within minutes, and it's reassuring to know they're there if I need them again.
At Drafty, they know life has its ups and downs. If you don't borrow, you don't pay anything. It doesn't get any easier than that.
Drafty, it's a breeze to use. Access up to £3,000 today with drafty.co.uk.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Hello and welcome to this Wednesday edition of the World Report. I'm Arjun, Samar, Mahendran. Let's take a look at what's making headlines around the world. In a significant step towards easing India-US tensions, PM Narendra Modi on Wednesday said teams from New Delhi and Washington both were working to conclude their trade negotiation at the earliest, potentially easing America's tariff onslaught. Now, replying to Donald Trump's post on trade talks on X, the Prime Minister said he was in fact looking forward to speaking with the US President. PM Modi also said in a post on X, and I'm quoting him here, India and the US are close friends and natural partners. I'm confident that our trade negotiations will pave the way for unlocking the limitless potential of the India-US partnership. Our teams are working to conclude these discussions at the earliest. We shift our focus northwards, where in a dramatic turn view as Nepal's Gen Z uprising has toppled the KP Oli government. The curfew around Kathmandu is still in place. It's an indefinite curfew. For perspective, the situation meanwhile on the ground remains tense. PM Oli has left Kathmandu, or ex-PM Oli in this case, but he's set to be in the country still. Now, with 19 youths dead, tensions remain high. As the army chief appeals for talks, a new government is also in the works. Meanwhile, Nepal army has extended curfew until Thursday morning, while their Supreme Court has suspended hearings indefinitely after fire gutted everything inside. Meanwhile, MEA has urged Indians to avoid non-essential travel to Nepal until the situation stabilizes. My colleague Aditya Rajkol gets the latest from Ground Zero, Kathmandu.
NDTV has reached the residence of the Deputy Prime Minister of Nepal, Prakash Man Singh. He was a senior leader of the Nepali Congress as well. And you can see the kind of devastation that is happening at his residence at a very popular Tamil area of Kathmandu in Nepal. These are charred vehicles, multiple vehicles. I can spot, in fact, at least 4 to 5 vehicles that are completely charred and burnt here, parked in the compound of his residence here in Tamil of Kathmandu. We're being told that, day before yesterday, early morning at 3 a.m., he has already fled his Kathmandu home because he knew the circumstances are getting out of hand. You can see this is the, palatial building where, the family did reside and stayed. In fact, you can see there is, some area that is still burning out here. The entire house has been completely gutted and destroyed. If we walk a little further, apart from these vehicles, this is the entry to the residence of the Deputy Prime Minister, Prakash Man Singh, which is completely, burnt as you can see, completely destroyed. At one point in time, just about 36 hours ago, this would have been a palatial bungalow in the heart of Kathmandu in Thamel, but now it's completely destroyed. This is the fate of the KP Sharma Oli government and the Communist government and the Nepali Congress leaders who have faced devastation all across in this entire area. Ji? So I'm being told that there still things are burning to not touch anything because it could be dangerous. So you can see multiple vehicles completely charged, the compound completely burnt, and this is one such example of the devastation that has happened, not just in government buildings, the symbols of the power of KP Sharma Oli, but also several leaders, several ministers of different political parties here in Nepal.
Now, after demonstrations forced Nepal's Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to resign from office, all eyes are now on Kathmandu Mayor Balendra Shah, popularly known as Balen, with online campaigns encouraging him to in fact take the lead as the next Prime Minister of the Himalayan Kingdom. Our next report is on the rapper Mayor Balendra Shah.
Rapper, engineer, mayor. And now the name Nepal's Gen Z is hailing as their next Prime Minister. Balendra Balen Shah has gone from Kathmandu's underground hip-hop scene to the highest echelons of Nepal's politics. His lyrics once targeted corruption and inequality. Today, those same themes are at the center of his political rise. In 2022, Shah stormed into politics as an independent candidate, defying party machines and entrenched dynasties. He won the Kathmandu mayoral election by a stunning margin and became the city's first independent mayor in decades. Since then, Balen has earned a reputation for bold, practical reforms. From tackling Kathmandu's garbage crisis to improving public schools and cracking down on illegal structures, his tenure has been marked by an uncompromising stand against corruption. And as youth-led protests forced the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Balen's voice grew louder. He called the movement spontaneous and led by Gen Z, urging restraint while defending young voices from political exploitation. His measured response, combined with his clean image, has made him a social media phenomenon and a rallying point for a restless generation. Online hashtags hail him as Balen Dai, the leader Nepal's youth want next. His appeal now reaches far beyond Nepal. Time magazine recently listed him among the world's emerging global leaders, praising his fresh and youth-driven politics. But the backdrop remains turbulent. With 19 dead and more than 400 injured in just 2 days of unrest, the Oli government has fallen. The system stands shaken, and Nepal is once again at a political crossroads. For many young Nepalis, Balen Shah is not just a leader, he represents accountability, empowerment and change. A symbol of what this generation demands and what the old guard failed to deliver. With Malvika Murli, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Over to the Middle East now, where Israel's military has announced that it carried out an airstrike in Doha targeting Hamas leaders. The operation in Doha has been named Summit of Fire by Israel. Meanwhile, Qatar has been the home of exiled leaders of Hamas and has also served as the mediator in talks between the Palestinian group and Israel for years together now, much before the latest attack on Gaza took place. The strike could complicate the ongoing negotiations regarding ceasefire in Gaza and the release of hostages taken in after the attack by Hamas on the 7th of October 2023. Qatar has condemned the attack, terming it as a cowardly Israeli attack. We shift our gaze westwards, where the administration of US President Donald Trump has said it notified Qatari officials before Israel's attack on Hamas negotiators in Doha, a claim refuted vehemently at that by the Gulf country. Listen in to what Trump had to say.
Notify you in advance, Mr. President? Did Israel tell you in advance?
So you were caught by surprise, sir? You were caught by surprise?
I'm never surprised by anything, especially when it comes to the Middle East.
How did you learn about this happening?
I'll be giving a full statement tomorrow, but I will tell you this. I was very unhappy about it, very unhappy about every aspect, and we got to get the hostages back. But I was very unhappy about the way that went down.
Explosions were seen over the Gaza Strip skyline overnight on Tuesday. This as Israel's military told Gaza City residents to evacuate ahead of its planned offensive to take control of the city. While Israel portrays Gaza City as Hamas's last remaining stronghold, hundreds and thousands of people remain struggling under conditions of famine. The warning comes hours before Israel launched a strike targeting Hamas's leaders in Qatar, intensifying further its campaign against the militant group and endangering negotiations over ending the war in Gaza. Eastwards, Poland has claimed that it has shot down Russian drones over its airspace early Wednesday, marking the first time, in fact, Warsaw has engaged Moscow's assets since the Ukraine war began. Now we take you to Washington, viewers, where President Donald Trump had dinner Tuesday night at a seafood restaurant near the White House, essentially promoting his deployment of the National Guard and federalizing the police force in an effort, he says, to crack down on crime in the nation's capital. Now, Trump's motorcade made the short distance to Joe's Seafood, prime steak and stored crab on 15th Street in the northwestern quadrant of the city, following weeks of President boasting about mobilizing federal authorities and the military together that he says have made Washington, quote-unquote, a safe zone. Cheers were heard meanwhile as the president stepped out from his limo. However, there were also a smattering of boos and chants from protesters opposing U.S. policy of support of Israel in its war with Hamas in Gaza. We get you more.
Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time! Free DC! Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time!
He's terrorizing the communities all over the world! From Puerto Rico to the Philippines! Free Palestine! To Venezuela! He is terrorizing communities! He is not welcome to D.C. He's not welcome to Palestine! Palestine is not for sale!
Free D.C. Free Palestine! Trump is the Hitler of our time!
Shame on you all!
Move on to an update from the land down under, viewers. Australia will spend 1.7 billion Australian dollars, or roughly 1.1 billion American dollars, on building dozens of locally developed underwater attack drones. Defence Minister Richard Marles said on Wednesday. Now, the first of the stealthy long-range Ghost Sharks will be delivered to the Australian Navy in January next year under a 5-year contract with Sydney-based Anduril, Australia, Marles said. Here's the latest.
Today we are announcing a $1.7 billion commitment over the next 5 years to manufacture Ghost Shark in Australia. This is a contract with Anduril Australia, which will see the manufacturing, or the development and the manufacturing of Ghost Shark behind us. This is the highest tech capability in the world. It exemplifies the fact that Australia is leading the world in terms of autonomous underwater military capabilities. And Ghost Shark is capable of engaging in intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance and strike.
In the South Americas, viewers, Brazil's former president Jair Bolsonaro was one step away from being convicted for attempting a coup after 2 Supreme Court justices voted Tuesday to find the right-wing leader guilty of trying to illegally hang on to power in 2022. Now, 3 members of the 5-judge panel trying Bolsonaro's case must support a conviction. in a process that can last several days, mind you. Two judges, meanwhile, voted for conviction before proceedings were adjourned until Wednesday. 3 more must cast their votes in the due course of days to come. And there's a newborn okapi at the San Diego Zoo. The zoo says the female calf was born on the 2nd of September, and it's perhaps the first born there since 2021. For prospective viewers, okapis are part of the giraffe family and are considered endangered. That's correct. Officials at the zoo say okapi newborns can stand within 30 minutes of birth and nurse within an hour. Well, with that, it's time we slip into a short break. News continues on the other side.
Discover the finest quality made-to-measure blinds, shutters and curtains at Blinds Direct. A huge selection of beautiful window dressings to suit every room. Handmade here in the UK with a 5-year guarantee for your peace of mind. Order your free samples today and choose your perfect design. Exclusively online, delivered direct to your door. Shop now for an extra 20% off and free delivery at blindsdirect.co.uk.
With II's low flat pension fees, you could retire with more.
Really?
Open an interactive investor personal pension today.
I want to break free. God knows I want to break free.
Leave work at work. Snap into the new delicious Kit Kat sharing bar. Irresistible fillings covered in thick marbled swirls. Perfect for sharing. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
No child should suffer the torture of trachoma, but so many are in pain right now. Nananga's lashes have turned inwards. They rip and tear away at his eyes. Pomelo's sight could be gone forever. He's just 3 years old. Kofanga screams for his mother. His eyes are so infected that he can't even see her. For so many children in the world's poorest countries, trachoma is torture. It's a painful infection often spread by flies, and it's destroying children's eyesight. But it could be stopped if you help today. By calling 0800 038 4926 and giving £1 a week to Sightsavers, you can help make sure children get the treatment they desperately need. You'll help us bring them the medicines and the care that can treat infections. And that means you'll be helping to save children from the torture of trachoma and a life of blindness. Please help us reach them. Call 0800 038 4926. Text C13 to 82727 or go online and give just £1 a week now. Because we need you to help save the sight of children like Nananga. We need you to help save them from the torture of trachoma.
Vista Health means fast access to scans. Vista Health means rapid results. Vista Health means convenient locations. Vista Health means affordable pricing. At Vista Health, we know what your health means to you, and that's why we provide fast access to MRI, ultrasound, echocardiogram and other health scans, without the need for a referral or medical insurance. Get the answers you need. Book your scan today at vistahealth.co.uk.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday edition of the World Report. We get you some updates from the world of business, starting with a federal judge on Tuesday temporarily blocking President Donald Trump from removing Federal Reserve's Governor Lisa Cook. An early setback for the White House in an unprecedented legal battle that could, in fact, upend the central bank's long-held independence, critics say. The prelim ruling, in fact, by the U.S. District Judge Gia Cobb in Washington, D.C. found that Trump administration's claims that Cook committed mortgage fraud prior to taking office or assuming her charge were likely not sufficient for her removal. And the wait is finally over for the thinnest and the newest iPhone 17 The iPhone 17 is in fact out, marking the biggest iPhone leap in recent years. Is iPhone 17 Air? The iPhone 17 256GB is priced at Rs 82,900, with the ultra-thin iPhone Air starting at Rs 1,19,900 in India. Apple phone 17, meanwhile, runs a 3nm A19 processor and iOS 26. It will have Apple Intelligence AI features as well. Now from the world of technology, our AI and tech editor Ayush Alawadi gets you more.
I'm here at Apple Park and I have the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. Outside the Steve Jobs Theatre, the keynote has just ended, and you're seeing it first in my hand in this blue and this cosmic orange. Of course, you get this in both devices. This is the Pro, so it's 6.3 inches. This is 6.9 inches. It's massive, but it's still very pocketable and handleable. They come with an A19 Pro chip on the inside, better thermal management, and of course, all that computability just like a MacBook Pro, but in the palm of your hands. Is it a big upgrade from last year? That's the real question, and for that, I have an answer. It is because of all the things that Apple's doing on the inside of this device. It looks great, but then of course you have a ceramic shield too on the outside, so it's going to be a lot more durable, a lot more scratch resistant, and it's going to be ready, the camera, for filmmakers. There is 3 48 megapixel cameras over here doing all the magic. Now you also have center stage on the selfie camera. So if I'm taking this right here, I can go wide and I can go horizontal and vertical using AI. That is a very casual, efficient flex of artificial intelligence. You don't have to put it up on posters and billboards. The phone does the talking. The iPhone camera was fantastic. It's gotten even better on the 17 Pro Max and the 17 Pros. There's one more feature which we've seen in Android devices for the last 4 years, but when Apple does it, they do it differently. You just swipe up on the camera, and right here, this is the new dual capture mode on the iPhone 17. I think this is really cool on the 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max. I could be vlogging and doing this at the same time and telling you what's happening. Right now, I'm outside the Steve Jobs Theatre for the Apple event. Now, you get this at 1,35,000 rupees. What did you make of the Pro lineup this year? This is your first look of the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. The rumor mills were rife with a slim device, and this is as slim as it gets at 5.6 mm. This is the slimmest iPhone ever. But if you thought this would be underpowered, then you'd be wrong, because they've actually given this an A19 Pro chipset on the inside that makes it way more power efficient. In fact, the most power efficient iPhone yet. More than that, there is, of course, a 48 megapixel fusion camera, which might be a little bit of a bummer for camera enthusiasts, but you're not in this for the camera. Though that 48 megapixel camera can do a lot of things, not like the Pro models. That said, it's a thermal management system that works. It is incredibly slim to hold, very pocketable, probably a secondary device, to be honest, for me, because I'll always want a Pro device and a foldable. This might be a device for a lot of people who don't want something bulky in their pockets. It comes with all-day battery life, and it's eSIM only. If that's something you're worrying about, well, this is eSIM only. That also means it gives them more space on the inside to work with the architecture. But if you ask me, it comes in 4 colors. It starts at 1,20,000 rupees in India. The camera has a bunch of features, some of them that we've seen in the iPhone 17 as well, and the iPhone 17 Pro lineup. But what did you make of the iPhone 17 Air? Will this be a popular device, especially in India, with this pricing? It's interesting, I'm here with the new iPhone 17, and this booth over here, in the hands-on area, is not getting as much attention as the Air and the Pro. The Pro always gets all the eyeballs, but this time there's other things as well, like the AirPods, which have finally been refreshed with a bunch of health features, and then the Apple Watch. We'll get to those through the course of these videos, but right now, let's focus on the iPhone 17. Now, what's special about this? Of course, it comes with everything at the base level that you need. You have a 48 megapixel fusion camera, a telephoto, and you have all the software features. If you want to use the new dual capture mode, it has dual capture. If you want to go into 2x, you can go to 2x, but it stops over there because this is an iPhone 17. It comes with an A19 chipset But then what's that standout feature on the iPhone 17? There's actually a huge upgrade that people aren't talking about, which is that it finally comes with a Pro Motion display. What does that mean? It's iPhone 17 with 120 Hz of a refresh rate, can go down all the way adaptive till 1 Hz. This is a Pro upgrade on the iPhone 17. What do you make of it? 4 colors, 2 more. Kind of light, but it's not an Air and it's not a Pro. Is this going to be a popular one back in India? Let us know.
With that, we move on to the biggest update from the sports bus this Wednesday. Viewers, India will be against the UAE in the second match of the Asia Cup 2025 at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium this evening. Now, this year's tournament features 8 teams and, in fact, is the 3rd edition to be played in the T20 format. Team India comes into the Asia Cup as the top favourites, needless to say. Now, with a squad full of young talent in both batting and bowling, they are expected to put up a strong performance, to say the least. The team will be led by star batter Suryakumar Yadav, who will aim to guide India to a winning start. News from the world of entertainment, where Prince Harry visited a community recording studio in Nottingham Tuesday to announce a substantial donation to children in need, which in fact supports charities for young people and kids. Now, when asked by one of the musicians, rappers and sound technicians if he minded swearing, Harry replied that he loved it. Harry's visit comes after his appearance at the Well Child Awards on Monday night in London. Now, the event, which celebrates the courage of seriously ill children and those who care for them, is sponsored by a charity Harry has long supported. Reese Witherspoon and Jennifer Aniston promoted their new 4th season of their Apple TV Plus drama, The Morning Show, Tuesday in New York. Now, the series delves into the behind-the-scenes challenges of broadcast journalism, exploring themes like media politics, professional rivalries, and even personal resilience. Here's Mark.
What advice do you have for younger women on their way up, looking to make television in art?
I think, just try and find talented groups of people that you love to work with and try to find stories that really resonate with people over time. I think you can kind of tell what people are talking about, and hopefully, you can be alongside some of the most talented, creative people. I mean, I've been really lucky in my career, getting to work with just the best. Like, Mimi Leader is like a legend, and working with Aniston for 4 seasons now, it's just been a dream come true.
Well, that's all on this Wednesday edition of the World Report. Take care and have a wonderful day.
Now that retirement's here, it's time for me to focus on the things that really matter in life, like making sure my family can manage funeral costs when I'm no longer around. Which reminds me,
welcome to British Seniors, the UK's #1 rated provider of over 50s life insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote, please.
No problem. We're proud to offer our seniors lifetime guarantee. With 100% of claims having been paid, we guarantee your premiums will never go up and that you'll speak to one of our specialists in the UK. UK residents aged 50 to 80 are guaranteed to be accepted. Depending on your age, your loved ones can get a cash payout up to £10,000.
That money could help cover my funeral costs or be a gift for my grandson. I'll do it.
Plus, when you sign up, you'll receive a £135 gift card and free 24/7 GP advice and health services.
Be proud to protect your loved ones with British Seniors. To get a free life insurance quote today, call our UK team on 0800 881 5090 or visit britishseniors.co.uk.
You can count on Staysure, the UK's favourite travel insurance provider. We specialise in cover for over 50s with pre-existing medical conditions. And there's no age limit. Whether you're planning an epic, once-in-a-lifetime adventure or revisiting your favourite holiday spot one more time, we offer cover for single or multiple trips throughout the year. Staysure Travel Insurance, the UK's favourite. Get your quote online or give us a call today. Sale now on.
Our first year as a family flew by. And now, I want to make sure he'll be financially protected for all his birthdays to come.
That's why I'm calling Smart Insurance.
Hi, how can I help?
Hi, I'd like a quick quote for family life insurance.
Okay, you can choose a benefit amount up to £750,000 depending on your age.
That's great.
If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can apply with just a few health and lifestyle questions, all done over the phone for instant peace of mind and protection for your family.
That's easier than I thought. And one less thing to worry about.
And we know family life doesn't wait. So as part of our Smart Family Guarantee, your loved ones are protected from day one. And for even more family protection, you can add cover for your children or critical illness. Plus, you'll also get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Protect the life you've built the smart way. To get a free quote today, call our specialist UK team on 0800 458 6963 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
Sometimes it's the little things that remind us of them. Stay close, even when you're far apart. Send money worldwide with Remitly.
So we'll go in a bulletproof vehicle, which is a make in India bulletproof vehicle.
अच्छा ये हिंदुस्तान में बनी?
जी आइए तो आपको लेके चलते हैं।
आइए चलिए। तो ये महिंद्रा की गाड़ी है
जी सर
और बुलेट प्रूफ है पूरी तरह से। कितने mm की बुलेट रोकती है
ये 7.62 mm की
7.62 तक रोक देती है
जी
और बॉम्ब प्रूफ भी है नीचे कुछ माइन वाइन हुआ तो
माइन के लिए स्टील प्लेट
है नीचे।
So like we were talking about, ये एंटी टेरर ऑपरेशन में फॉरवर्ड पोस्ट में इट्स अ लाइफ सेविंग
it's very important thing. So it's wonderful कि अब हम ये सारी इक्विपमेंट ये हिंदुस्तान में बन रहा है।
वेलकम मिस्टर रावेश। थैंक यू वेलकम। ये हमारी अमर ट्रेनिंग नोड है। अमर मींस आर्मी मार्शल आर्ट्स रूटीन।
ओके, आर्मी मार्शल आर्ट्स।
अनआर्म्ड कॉम्बैट, जब भी कभी हमारे पास कोई हथियार ना हो तो हैंड टू हैंड फाइट में
गन नहीं हो। हाँ
आइए आपको
जी दिखाइए।
सबसे पहले नाइफ की फाइटिंग दिखाएंगे कि अगर नाइफ के साथ फाइटिंग है, हमारे पास वेपन नहीं है, राइफल नहीं है तो हमारे पास नाइफ हो सकता है। फिर हो सकता है कि हमारे पास कभी संतरी हमें साइलेंट करने पड़ते हैं कि कई बार कुछ होता है हमें कहीं पे रेड प्लान करनी है, कोई ऐसा ऑपरेशन जाना है, दुश्मन के पास वेपन है हमारे पास नहीं है जहाँ हमें साइलेंटली किसी के ऊपर अटैक करना है तो वो चीज़, दुश्मन के पास राइफल है हमारे पास नहीं है फिर उसको कैसे टैकल करना है उस चीज़ का आप दिखाइए।